talking.
And you're on.
Oh my goodness, I need to start this live. I'm too close in the camera. Hi guys, this is the Truth Be Told with myself, Tbeyb, and this is KUAW Radio, Knowledge, Understanding, and Wisdom. If you have an event that you would like sponsor here on KUAW, make sure to send us an email at kuaw985@gmail.com. You can always watch us live. If you're listening to me over the air and you'd like to watch me live, you can always watch us live on our Facebook page, KUAW Radio, also our YouTube page, KUAW Radio. Make sure to like, share, save, share those pages with your family and friends so that they can be connected to all the amazing content that we have here on KUAW each and every week. Again, this is the Truth Be Told, Tuesday, 6 p.m. Let me see. We make sure to follow us on our social networks, KUAW Radio, Twitter, Periscope, Instagram. Make sure to like and share all those pages as well. Trying to see if I forgot anything. I think that's about it. And I am looking at the comments and things once I pull up one of my lives. So make sure to comment and talk back to me if you're watching with me. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on the things I'm gonna talk about today. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'll probably be all over the place because it's been a lot going on. So, I'm just picking topics. We're gonna talk about them. When I get done talking about that, we'll move on to another topic that I see on my phone. And that's just how we're gonna do that today. But there is a few things. There's a couple of things that I want to bring to the forefront. I'm trying to see who I want to start off with. So I think I'm gonna start off with Brittany Griner. Okay, so if you have been keeping up with what's been going on with Brittany Griner, the WNBA star, she was arrested in Russia because she had a THC carton thing in her luggage that she said she had forgot to take out. So of course they, locked her up, arrested her and everything like that. She had to go to trial and things like that. So they sentenced her to 9.5 years. Okay. 9.5 years. I'm pretty sure this was probably less than a gram of marijuana. You know what I'm saying? Because those cartridges don't hold. If a gram, they're not gonna hold more than a gram, So less than a gram. 9.5 years in prison. Now I know the last time we were on here, I was talking about how they were trying to bargain basically a Russian arms dealer. I think I talked about that. I don't know. I don't know when the last time I was on air, but like a week or two ago, they were in negotiation about releasing a Russian arms dealer for the return of Brittany Griner and another guy that they have imprisoned over there, that's a citizen of the United States. And I guess that I don't know what's going on with that. No, it really was nothing much more said about it, but they did say that, she was sentenced to 9.5 years in prison, in a Russian prison. Now, there's been a lot of things. There's a lot to unpack about this. One, they said she made the comment about if it was LeBron James, that the United States would have been demanded her return or got her back or anything like, and something like that. She's not LeBron James, she's not even the LeBron James of the WNBA. And my thing of it is I don't know how true that will be. So when you go to these other countries, see a lot of people that were making these comments don't understand the way other countries view the United States. And I know people can say that it's a race thing and all this other kind of stuff, but really it's a United States thing. You know what I'm saying? They don't like American citizens. When you are part of the most powerful country in the world, you know what I'm saying? They want to say that we're not. They try to say the dollar falling, all this other kind of things or whatever. But at the end of the day, ain't nobody messing with us, not too much, whatever. And so, like other countries don't like Americans, and so when she went over there with that, and especially during the time that it was, going over there to Russia, it's like, kind of, what do you expect? type thing, right? Because she did break the law. Let's be real. She broke the law. My thing of it is she probably shouldn't have got out of the American airport with it. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would have checked her bag, you know, in the United States or whatever, they probably would have found it in the United States, probably could have just compensated and let her keep on pushing. We wouldn't even have had these problems. You know, the fact that she even got all the way over there to Russia, she got out of the United States with it, kind of seems like a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because now it's like, it's easy to smuggle drugs out of the United States. They didn't even catch it from a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure, you know, she was treated like, as a celebrity through whatever airport that she was going through when she originally left. So, okay, right? So that's the first thing with it. Then they want to return her. But the fact that she got 9.5 years. So what I was reading this story, and this is how it always kind of plays into it being a race thing, because you see counterpart stories that contradict very detailed what's currently going on, what we see when it's someone that is, you know, a melanated person versus our less melanated counterparts. So, oh, I'm sorry, let me turn this on, y'all. Turn this down, but in case there's some comments, I want to be on it. And actually this like, we don't know if she was traveling commercial. We do not know if she was traveling commercial. I'm not going to say that. But one thing I will say is LeBron wouldn't have been going to play basketball in Russia because his salary is like $44 million. His salary is bigger than all the WNBA player salaries put together. You know what I'm saying? LeBron don't need to go play overseas on the off seasons because the WNBA and the NBA are not paid the same. You know what I'm saying? LeBron has no need to go over there and, Forrest, hi, Forrest, Mr. Tyson. I ain't heard from him in a minute. I'm sorry, I just seen who it was. She's going there all season to play. They pay her 10 times more than the WNBA. And that's exactly what it is. But let's be real. No one really watches the WNBA. You didn't, like I said, when we talked about it then, you heard all about the NBA championship. You don't know if the WNBA championship was going on. You don't know who was playing in the WNBA championship. They don't play the games. They don't promote the games like they do, anything like that or whatever. That's why the salaries and things are so much different than the NBA. So I agree. LeBron wouldn't have been over there. You know what I'm saying? He had no need to go over there. You know, he definitely wouldn't have been over there traveling to play, you know, so he definitely had no need to go over there. Now, one of the difference that I really seen that I really wanted to pay close attention to that was with this case, and like I was saying, that makes it easy for us to what do I want to say? It makes it easy for us to turn it into a race thing again, like I was saying, because we see the stories of our less melanated counterparts, right? What did I messing with Trump? Oh yeah, the FBI did raid Trump's home. We'll get to that. But makes it, and I'm trying to pull up the exact story because it was another American that was, you know, a European American that was on a vacation with her family going into Russia. She was caught with 17 grams. Again, how did she get out the United States with 17 grams of marijuana? Like, this is what I'm questioning about the United States. How long it takes to get through the airport these days? How is they getting out of the state with all these grams of marijuana? A gram of marijuana. How you, like, that's the question. Y'all put it in the comments and let me know if it's been easy for y'all to travel out the country with these grams of marijuana. Because I go out the country all the time, and I ain't even gonna say that. But I'm just saying, I ain't tried to smuggle nothing out of the country because listen, I'm scared. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want to take the chance. And it seems like you get caught on the other end, not the oh dang, it didn't even bring up the story. Where is it? So anyway, it was a girl. She had 17 grams of marijuana. She was like, because Brittany Grinder, she was also fined like 1 million rubies or something like that, with on top of her 9.5 year sentence, which if she locked up for 9.5 years, I don't know how they expect her to pay that money. You know what I'm saying? I guess they figured she already got it, but it ain't like, shoot, she wouldn't offer no bail. But so she was she was also sentenced to the 100 or a million rubies. And so the other girl that was called previously United States, just less melanated, she actually had 17 grams of marijuana when she entered Russia. She was only locked up, I think they said, for 2 months, and she was only fined 15,000 rupees. So why 9.5 years? It just makes it easy. It just makes it just race. You know what I'm saying? Like race. You know, it the story just it because it makes no sense. Like, why 9.5 years? You know? Oh, I didn't even see this. Well, because Biden had released a statement, and I guess he said my administration will continue to work tirelessly and persuade every possible avenue to bring Brittany and Paul Willingham home safely as soon as possible. Russia is wrongfully detaining Brittany. It's unacceptable, and I call on Russia to release her immediately so she can be with her wife, loved ones, friends, and teammates. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And you would think the president would have a little bit more power than that, but I don't know how much power he got over there in Russia right now. Because it ain't like, y'all already know, y'all know what I'm thinking, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It ain't like Trump was in office and he could just call up his homie Putin, like, hey, Putin, you tripping now. Let our people go. He'll be out there, listen, if Trump was in here and got her out, he'd be claiming to be Moses. y'all know how Trump is. Listen. Y'all know Trump would be up there acting a fool because he would have been got her home. Y'all already know that. But anyway, it's crazy. Oh, this is another thing. See, and this is another thing that is what's been happening on that side of the law and how our people have been feeling, about that. But there's actually in the United States, there's actually been some stuff coming that got me excited, okay? And I'm gonna tell y'all why it got me excited when I tell y'all the things that's been going on. First of all, we can think about the guy in the George Floyd case sentence. You know what I'm saying? Those officers sentenced, and I believe it was someone else that was just lately sentenced in that case. And then so here's something about the Breonna Taylor case. It says the FBI has arrested Joshua James, the former Louisiana Metro Police Department detective who lied on the search warrant application that led officers to raid Brittany Taylor's home, the no-knock raid in March 2022 that ended in Taylor's death. So he has been arrested. Happy about that because I knew it was something fishy going on in the first place, because why did they even have a warrant for her house? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like it was some fishy stuff going on with that. So I'm definitely glad that there was accountability found in that instant, And then recently, another thing, for current and former Louisiana officers, the officers was charged as well. The officers and the detective was charged. So this big, you know what I'm saying? Because we've been screaming justice for Breonna Taylor for a while. And it's crazy that this was announced 5 days ago, and I ain't seen nobody talking about it on social media or whatever. I just happened to be scrolling and seen it. So that's crazy that nobody is talking about it, but they was all out there. Huh? Yeah, but y'all know I don't encourage people to watch the news anyway. Social media getting behind. Maybe I need to start tuning in to CNN sometime, see what's going on, because listen. So that's a good thing. But in another case was, y'all remember Aubrey, the guy that they chased down and killed or whatever. So we know that the brothers or daddy and son, whatever they were, I know they were related, they were charged. One of them actually got 2 life sentences for the hate crime. Happy about that. But also the guy that recorded it. The guy that recorded it got 35 years in prison. I think his name was like Travis something. Let me see. Where is it at? Yeah, I think his name was like Travis something. But who I know he was the guy that recorded it. And he, like I said, he got 35 years. And I'm excited about that. So let me tell you what makes me so excited about these cases and justice coming to, and that's another thing when we be doing all these marches and things like that. And sometimes we have to understand that these things take time. You know what I'm saying? Prosecutions have to build up their case. They have to get a solid foundation case before they go in and charge it. And yes, it is solid in foundation in our eyes because it's videos and everything like that. But there's still a way that you have to move through the law. And there's still the way that you have to move according to the law. So I'm just excited to see that these things are finally being brought to justice so these families can have a peace of mind and can have closures in this situation. Definitely grateful for that. As also, I'm grateful that the guy that recorded the situation got charged with the 35 years. And let me tell you why. Social media has made it popular to watch these type of things occur and to record them, to become popular, to become for clout. You want to be the one that posts it. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the one that goes viral for having it, for being there, instead of helping. And that's not just in these cases when it's hate crimes and when it's, you know, our less melanated counterparts versus us. That's in our everything. Quit recording this type of behavior and actually stop it. There's no reason you should be watching a man beat a woman and recording it. There's no reason you should be watching, you know, like just these altercations, these hate crimes going on, all these type of things. There's no reason that you should just be watching it. Granted, it's not your job. It is not your duty, I guess, in a sense. But I just feel like as citizens, and if you can record it, I feel like you're an accomplice. That's the word I'm trying to use. I feel like you're an accomplice. If you can just sit there and record it and then spread the hate on social media, because these things go viral. I don't know why people sit around and watch these type of videos and think that, you know, these are the type of things that they want to sit and watch on TV or watch on social media and fill their mind with. Anyway, you know, I don't know why people do that. I like watching, but I have to work to find the games on TV. Oh, the NBA, yeah. But yeah, so I don't know why, you know, this thing has been popular for people to watch and just to like record and everything. Well, really, it's about going viral. You know what I'm saying? Like they just be trying to be popular on social media. So I'm really excited that happened because hopefully it will get more people out of the habit of doing that. Even with fighting, like when they recording these fights and things like that, I don't feel like those are the type of things that you need to be recording and spreading across social media. You know, we have so many other things, so many positivity, so many different things that are positive that we can be spreading versus spreading negativity, hate, putting those things on the forefront of your mind. You know, when you put those things on the forefront of your mind, it goes into it starts to dwell into the law of attraction, you know, and so you start attracting those type of things. And so when those things, and that's the type of things you start attracting in your life, and it just clouds your mind with hatred. The cop that killed Cameron Lamb in Kansas City got 6 years for violating his civil rights, but not for killing him. Dang, I can't speak today. And you know what, Mr. Tyson, the crazy thing about it is that cop should have been charged because that was not his first incident. That was not his first occurrence. Cameron was not his first occurrence. And there were several complaints against that man. So I mean, granted, he didn't get the time for killing him, but at least he got charged with something. At least he's paying for something. And hopefully that will stop him from ever being able to be a cop again, you know? So hopefully we keep our fingers crossed with that. I guess we'll have to see in about 4.5 years, because I'm sure you're not going to have to do the whole 6. You know what I'm saying? It's usually how those type of things work. And then another thing that I'm excited, I'm hoping that happens with these people coming to justice, with these people being charged, with Karen's being charged for calling the cops for no reason. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that they signed that into, you know, executive order regarding that, because you shouldn't just be able to call the police because you know what I'm saying? Like, our people are being killed at the hands of the police almost every day. So to call the police on us is like putting a hit on our life. You know, and especially if you call it with inaccurate information, accusations, and things like that. Mr. Walker, I can hear you talking. When you're calling for those type of things and things like that, you know what I'm saying? Then I feel like there's some type of justice that needs to take place, because then it may make people less likely to do it. You know, now that they see that they're not just able to get away with the things that they're doing, they're not just able to get away with this hatred, with this nastiness that they're putting into the world, when they're actually seeing that they're coming to justice and that they cannot just do this type of things. Hopefully it would eliminate some people and make people think twice before. I'm glad the people, I'm sorry, my mind just running, but I'm glad the people that pulled the gun on the protesters, they got charged. The couple that shot at the car in road rage, they got charged. Like, I'm glad that these people are starting to get charges and discipline for their actions, because now they're being held accountable. So now hopefully they think twice before some of these things that they're doing, before they think of. I'm just hoping that it just turns the United States over, not necessarily turns the United States over into a new leaf, but it just minimizes some of these things that are occurring. This based off the fact that they know that there are consequences for their actions, and they will be held accountable for the things that they do and the trauma and things that they cause on families. Like, people are losing, mothers are losing sons, children are losing fathers and mothers. You know what I'm saying? Fathers and mothers losing sons and daughters. Like, people are losing their lives, you know? And these people are not just one individual people. These people affect several different people. They have families, and then nothing gives you the right to interrupt that flow, no matter what it is, you know? And I hopefully, like I said, I just want people to start thinking twice about the things that they do, you know, and thinking about the things and the consequence of the hatred that they hold in their heart, all because the shade of our skin, the hue of our skin. And so that brings me to talk about the situation in Lee Summit with the water park. Okay, if you have not heard about the water park, a family paid over $2,000 to rent out Summit Waves water park out in Lee Summit, Missouri. When they showed up, they said it was over 200 people that showed up, and they basically would not let them in. Now, okay. Okay, so stay tuned for the next show in about a half hour. Then, you know what I'm saying, the source of the inkwell was source of the inkwell with Tyrone. He will be doing the interview that he had out there with Summit Lakes. Who he interviewed? The Summit Lakes people or the people, the family? Okay. Yeah, and I'm glad, because they said the family hired a lawyer and everything. And so I'm glad, because let me just tell y'all real quick with these next 5 minutes, like kind of like the details with it. They paid over $2,000 to rent out this water park. One, this is not the first time they've done this. I have family in Lee Summit. I grew up from Lee Summit. I have little cousins and things in Lee Summit who actually attend this event, who were actually at this event this year when they were turned away. The party was for 250, 500 showed up. The party was not for 250. Okay, that is the narrative that the people are putting out. But when you look at the contract says 250 to 1,400 people when you pay the $2,000 fee to rent out the entire park. The capacity of the park is like 1,500. The capacity is not 250. There were two different rentals that they could have choose from that was the size of 250. They had more than 250 people there last year. So they knew that they were going to need the entire water park. They rented out the entire water park. That's the first narrative that we have to get out of our head and have to understand the propaganda that these people put out there to make it look like we're wrong. Because they were not wrong. They paid the money for what they wanted, according to the contract of the water park. It had a capacity of 1,400. It did not have a capacity of 250. It did not, you know? And so, and then the thing about it is, when the manager was on, because there was somebody there recording it, of course, that was recording the conversation. And she said, she didn't say In the video, if that was the case, she would have clearly said, we can't hold this party because there's too many people. She said, we can't have this party because I feel uncomfortable. What makes you feel uncomfortable? This is your job. Y'all knew this party was going on a month in advance. These people had booked this party a month in advance. You knew this was happening. You have ample amount of time to be staffed for the party for someone renting out the entire water park. Then you want to come in and say you feel uncomfortable. You feel uncomfortable in your job, then that should not be your job. And I hope the water park fires her. Because that should not be your job if you feel uncomfortable. She clearly said in the video, I feel uncomfortable. And the little boy, he sounded like he was about 14 or 15 years old. He said, why are you feel uncomfortable? Because we're Black? Like nobody was threatening her. Nobody was acting irate. And these kids went right around the corner to a whole nother park and had their party and there was no problem. No fights, no nothing. This is Lee Summit that we talking about. First of all, I grew up in Lee Summit. I know it's a lot of our children out, or a lot of our melanated people out there in Lee Summit, but let me get this something clear. These ain't the 14 and 15-year-olds on the plaza. Not to put out that narrative, but we already know they rowdy, they in inner city schools type things like that. These are different caliber, I'm sorry to say it, but these are different caliber of teenagers in Lee Summit. And that's just what it is. It's a different environment. It's a different going up. The school systems is different. Everything about Lee Summit is different from inner city schools in Kansas City, Missouri. And that's just being real. And if you don't like it, put in the comments, but that's the truth about it. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is, so for her to say she was uncomfortable, that was unfair. She should lose her job. And they deserve, and I will sue them. See, if it was me, baby, I own Summit Waves. What? I want the whole company. I own Summit Waves, and I hope they sue that company for everything they got, for the emotional trauma of the child and his birthday, for the hate, the civil rights violation. I be pulling out all kind of laws. I be looking up all kind of laws to hit them with, because at the end of the child abuse, like, you know, I said, those was children. You know how what my little cousins had said, they felt so uncomfortable. They had, you know, and the thing about it is our children are used to experiencing this type of discrimination. And that's a shame. No child should be used to experiencing discrimination because of who they are, because of their roots, because of the hue of their skin. No child should feel that way. Nobody should be able to make a child feel that way. And like I said, if that's your job and that makes you feel uncomfortable and you don't know how to do your job, you know what happened when I don't know how to perform my job, or I'm uncomfortable with the duties of my job, that company lets me go. Fired. I'm a boss. You know what happened if somebody would come to me and say, I'm uncomfortable with this job? Okay, you don't have to do it. Peace. Fired. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna stay tuned, and I'm gonna keep up on this, and I'm gonna keep letting y'all know, like, we gonna follow the story and know like what happens with this story, because I'm just curious to see the type of accountability that they are gonna be held accountable to for their actions and doing these type of things to our children. Because now it's time to stop playing. That's why I'm glad that family got a lawyer. But it is time for me to take a break. We have to get our sponsorships out the way. I ask that you guys bear with me, use this time to like, share this video. Also, just pay attention to our sponsorships. It might be something to help you, and I'll be right back. Okay. Hi. Thank you guys for bearing with me again. This is Kansas City's global community radio station. So if you have an event or a business you'll like sponsor here on KUAW, no matter where you are in the area, this is global community radio. Even though we're based in Kansas City, we love everybody. But send us an email at KUAW radio or KUAW985@gmail.com. Again, help us help you. Let us know what you got going on so we can let our listeners and followers know what you got going on, and maybe it's something that can help somebody. So, okay. So real quick before I get into the next topic, okay, I also forgot to throw in there that old girl that lied on Emmett Till. Yeah, they went and got her. They found that arrest warrant. They found her and they went and arrested her. And I'm so happy that they went to arrest her. I don't care if she's 80. They didn't care about how old Bill Cosby was when they went and got Bill Cosby. So I hope she spent the rest of her years in jail for lying on that little boy and being accomplice to his murder. And that's all I got to say about that. I'm happy they went and got her. Again, let me tell y'all, this the season of getting it together, baby, okay? Because listen, they ain't let nobody make it. They said we don't care if it happened in 19. When was Emmett Till? 19, I don't want to get yeah, I don't care if it was in the 1950s. You're going to jail today. Jail. You're going to jail today, okay? You shouldn't have lied. Ain't no statute of limitation on murder. I don't think. Ain't no statute of limitation on murder, baby. You're going to jail, okay? So definitely was happy about that. And I just feel like we just been getting a lot of wins, you know. Ain't nobody came out with no reparations or nothing yet, but they sure is locking up people for the crimes and things that they committed and the things that they did against our people. And again, I just hope that it just stopped the hatred, because and real quick, I probably shouldn't say this. That's how you know I'm supposed to say something I should definitely not say. But I'm going to go ahead and say it. But y'all know, this how you know that this is how the Bible wasn't about them, right? Because I think I had seen a Bible thing earlier, and they was talking about how Jesus said that, you know, he clothed us in love, and, you know, or made us in love, like things or whatever. And these people don't have no love in their heart. Now, you know, he was not talking about them. Okay, they probably more of the Louis Farrakhan. Y'all better go listen to the Louis Farrakhan version of how they came into place. I ain't gonna tell you, I know it, but I'm gonna tell y'all to go look it up. And if y'all want to talk about it, get in my inbox, and I might do a show over it one time. I have to tweak it and make sure it's appropriate language, you know, and make sure it's. Here's the thing, because when you talk about topics like that, when it's, even though it's history, even though it's truth, it comes off as racism. It comes off as hatred. You know what I'm saying? And people don't like to really face the truth. You know, they hate the idea that they've been lied to all these years, even though they know they've been lied to. When you start revealing the lies, you know, it just, it hurt. You know, people get butthurt about it, just like they was butthurt about Beyonce saying spaz. Who knew spaz was a derogatory term for crippled people? I did not know that. Who? Emmett Till liar? So what they gonna arrest him for? Just to do it. They just wanted to make it. Now, see, y'all that made me mad. Listen, now I had to look it up again, because what? She should have been charged. They just trying to be nice because she old. They probably think she ain't got that much time left anyway. They didn't care about Bill Cosby, but y'all know we melanated. They think we don't feel pain, we don't get sick, we live forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? They think we can handle a lot more than they can. So, you know, I don't know. But what was I saying before that? Dang, lost my train of thought. Emmett Till right before. Okay. What? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I was saying, so Oh, about Beyonce, right? So, because everybody's just so sensitive and stuff these days or whatever. So she had to change the words out of her, or the lyrics out of her song, which Lizzo did too. They said that, I guess, back in that song, I remember the word spazzing being in that song or whatever. One of Lizzo's songs, I didn't even realize that they changed it, because I didn't realize that that word was a derogatory term for crippled people. Disabled people. Shoot, cripple is probably a derogatory term. Don't cancel me. I'm sorry. Disabled people. You know what I'm saying? Disabled people. I still want y'all. These thoughts and controls is not the thoughts and opinion of KUAW. So yeah, that's crazy just how sensitive people are these days or whatever. So now I got about 13 minutes. So I want to talk about it's back to school time. So congratulations to all the children returning back to school, the teachers that decided to return to their jobs. Now, y'all know I live in Houston, baby. There's a shortage of teachers. There's so many teachers that quit and vacancies in their school. It kind of makes you sad and thinking about, and they dropped the requirements for teachers to have degrees to even be a teacher. I guess it's because they need teachers so bad. And I don't understand why teachers don't get paid more. Like, I don't understand how this is one of the most important jobs in the United States when it comes to future generations and things like that. But they are one of the least paid professions. When we got LeBron James, even though LeBron James owns the school, and he probably pays his teachers very well. But just thinking all the people that's like in the NBA, they making all these millions and millions of dollars just for entertaining people. Even football players, they making these millions of dollar contracts to entertain people. And you got teachers who are actually molding the future of America, and they don't want to work because they can't afford to be a teacher, especially with the cost of living. You know what I'm saying? They can't afford to be a teacher. They don't want to deal with students all day, be a teacher, deal with students all day, and then have to go to a part-time job just to be able to pay their bills. When they can go get a corporate job 8 to 5 same times and pay their bills, and they ain't got to deal with nobody's snotty old kids. Oh, speaking of dealing with snotty old kids, before I get into what I really want to talk about, which happened in Alabama, as we're talking about going back to school and these shortage of teachers, there was a daycare y'all know what? I ain't even gonna get into that because that's just spreading some things that they don't need to be spread. So this is what I want to talk about, okay? So Alabama, this is an eighth grader. I'm just gonna read to y'all the story. An eighth grader texts his mom a photo of his math quiz, okay? She immediately called the school after reading the first question. I'm going to read these questions to y'all. The first question was, Raymond, first of all, check the name out. This is in Alabama, okay? Raymond has an AK-47 with a 30-round clip. He usually misses 6 out of every 10 shots. He uses 13 rounds per drive-by shooting. How many drive-by shootings can Raymond attempt before he has to steal enough ammunition and reload? Did y'all hear that question? That was the math question on the math quiz. Leroy has 2 ounces of cocaine. He sells an 8-ball to Antonio for $320 and 2 grams to Juan for $80 or for $85 per gram. What was the street value of the rest of his hold? Are y'all serious? It gets better. Okay, it gets better. Let's see. Dwayne. Oh, okay, let's go. Let's go with this. Tyrone knocked up 4 girls in the game. There are 20 girls in his game. What is the exact percentage of girls he knocked up? Reads one question. Mr. Walker, real quick, can Tyrone hear me? Because, you know, he's an educator. Okay, so he's an educator. So I'm just wondering, you know what I'm saying? I hope, because, you know, he's an educator in what, the Raytown district still, correct? Okay, so I hope Raytown, they math teachers questions ain't like these questions out here going on in Alabama. Okay. This says Dwayne pimped 3 hoes. Reads another question. It said if the price is $85 per trick, how many tricks per day must each hoe turn to support Dwayne's 800 per day crack habit? The questions get bigger. Oh, this is real, baby. The questions get better. One of the questions even asks students to think about drug sales. Raul wants to cut the pound of cocaine he bought for $40,000 to make a 20% profit. It reads, how many 1 ounce bags will he need to make to obtain the 20% profit? I mean, baby, these are good math questions. Okay, the scenarios, woo! But the questions, I mean, it teach them the math, ain't it? I mean, anyway, let's continue because it gets better. Okay. Although most of the students initially thought the worksheet was a joke, the teacher insisted that it wasn't. Hall told Fox 10 after the Hall met with the school officials, the unnamed teacher who said to be nearing retirement. So that means that's telling you right there. When it says to be nearing retirement, that means he's an older European man. I'm gonna tell y'all right there. He probably looked like that stereotype of the math teacher with the big belly that hang over his khaki pants with the belt and the button-down shirt with the little bald head, maybe hair on the side or whatever. Probably in about his late 50s, early 60s European man. This is his math test. Okay. Okay, so unnamed teacher was near retirement, was placed on immediate administrative leave pending investigation. First of all, what is there to investigate? You got the quiz. Administrative leave means he's still getting paid. Now, you got teachers out here that work their butt off trying to educate these knucklehead, hard-headed children that you send to the schoolhouse. They don't even call it a schoolhouse no more. That you send to the schoolhouse, you know what I'm saying? You ain't working with them at home. They ain't got no respect for adults. Teachers need a drink. They probably got vodka in their water bottle in their desk. Nah, no, they don't. But I'm just saying, they go home with a headache. They got to go straight to happy hour before they even get home because they've been dealing with your hard-headed children all day or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That get paid, that got to work a part-time job because they don't get paid enough. And you got teachers like this that's getting administrative leave for this nonsense that they put into children's head. Mind you, this was a melanated 8th grader that texted his melanated mother. You know what I'm saying? Of course, she called the school going off. Y'all need to go in there right now. You know what I'm saying? While I'm on the phone, I need to hear the principal go in there and stop this quiz immediately. You feel me? Snatch the papers up and burn them. You feel me? It says an Alabama middle school teacher has been placed on administrative leave after her mother read the shocking math quiz her 8th grader was given. The middle school teacher in Alabama has been placed on administrative leave after they saw the quiz. You know, the son had been taken. According to Fox 10, several 8th grade students at Barnes Middle School, that's the name of the school, were forced to take a math quiz that involved questions about drugs, guns, and prostitution. Erica Hall, the mother of the 8th graders that at the school, was horrified when her son texted her the jaw-dropping picture of the assignment. Okay. Let me tell y'all something. Baby, I would have been calling, but I also would have been in my car on my way to the school. I don't care if I was at work, I would have had to leave. Because what type of questions, what type of things? One, is so many things wrong with this. One, you know that I'm telling y'all the teacher is European. I bet you 9 times out of 10 that this is a European teacher. Okay, one, because ain't no Asian, no melanated teacher using these type of questions. We don't even think like that. We're not out here encouraging drug sales and prostitution and guns. And then they wondering why schools keep getting shot up. This why schools in these type of places keep getting shot up, because this type of things that they putting in type of their head. These are the type of scenarios that they're using to teach your child. Baby, that school should have been shut down. Everybody investigated. I need to see everybody assignments at this point. Everybody got to get checked. The whole school is on probation. Every teacher. I need to see every curriculum. I need to see every test that's about to get given. All kind of stuff. Everything. Me personally, if it was my son, he wouldn't have been going back to that school. I don't think our children should go to public school anyway, because this type of stuff they like to teach them. Sure, out here in Texas, they teach them that slaves were labor workers who were coming over here looking for work. Who comes looking for free work? That don't even make sense. How did y'all even fathom y'all mind to put that in the book? That's the narrative? Come on now. Like, no, this type of stuff. I just think they don't teach. I don't think they teach the truth in school. And I think that it needs to be more regulated. And it should. I feel like education, they say there's a Department of Education in the government. Ain't it like a branch of education? I know they got like a Secretary of Education or something in the government, but I would think it would be a whole just team of people that's supposed to regulate these type of things or whatever, because like I said, teachers really are responsible for the future generations of America. They teach the foundations of what it is that you need to know to be a functioning member of society. There should be regulations that these teachers have to be the truth. And instead, it's crazy because instead of teaching the truth, they rather just X out stuff. Like they were doing with last year when, you know, school was ending and we were dealing with the whitewashing, and they wanted to take basically, dang, what was it? They wanted to take out, what did they call it? You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Walker? Last year when they came to things was saying that like slavery fell up under this type of thing, so they couldn't teach it. The critical race theory. So the critical race theory. So yeah, so you know what I'm saying? They try to use that critical race theory title to stop teaching history and stop teaching what really went on in our country and the things that and you know, at some things I do agree with. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to teach it right, don't teach it at all. If you're going to teach slavery was workers, laborers coming over to America looking for work, just don't teach slavery. If that's what you're going to teach about it, don't teach it. If you're not going to teach that there were people here when Christopher Columbus came to stumbled across the Americas, don't teach it. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Make that fall under the critical race theory. Don't teach it. If you're not going to teach it right, just don't teach it. You know, stick to reading, arithmetic, and science. That's the only thing y'all need to teach. You know what I'm saying? Like everything else is irrelevant. Maybe geography. You know what I'm saying? We can go with geography, but Darwinism and that evolution from a monkey and all that type of, just don't teach none of that no more. Don't teach none of that no more. You know what I'm saying? If y'all not gonna teach it the truth, all about these Neanderthals and everything like that. If y'all not gonna teach the truth, don't teach it. Just don't teach it. It don't benefit nobody. It don't benefit nobody to just fill children's minds with lies. It don't benefit nobody. You know what I'm saying? And teach them what they need to know, especially if these are the type of things you're going to be teaching them in the subjects that they really need to know. You really need to know math. I'm sorry. You need to know how to add, subtract, multiply, divide, percentages. You need to know math. You know what I'm saying? You need to know how to read. You need to know how to write. Teach them the things they need to know. Slavery, I don't think you need to really know that much about slavery. Let your parents teach you about slavery because they're going to teach you the truth. You know what I'm saying? Let them teach you about that. Science, you need to know about science. You need to know how DNA works. You need to know how RNA works. You need to know how genetics, how things are passed down through DNA, how diseases and things like that are passed down through DNA. You need to know about the plants. These are living things that are connected to you. The first law of the universe is the law of oneness. All these things are living creatures. You need to know about them. You know what I'm saying? So you need to know about those type of things. So keep teaching that. You know, it's important to know about the stars and the suns and the planets and all that kind of stuff. Stay teaching that. Quit teaching that Pluto ain't a planet no more. Planets don't just disappear. You know what I'm saying? Don't teach that bull. Like planets just don't disappear. Don't be adding planets. We're not out here discovering new planets. I mean, they might be discovering new planets, but I'm just saying, if you add them on to the end, put them in rotation, something, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would consider it more of you adding planets than taking planets out. Because we don't know how the planets got there anyway. It's been a couple billion years. It might be time for a new planet. Y'all don't know what to do with this one. We got monkeypox, COVID, all kind of stuff going on. Y'all just messing up this planet. It might be time for a new planet. Like, you know, God might be like, we need another one, you know, like, so all right, that's fine. But quit saying that planets are disappearing. They're not disappearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, stick to teaching stuff like that. Like, don't just leave all the heavy lifting type stuff. Leave that to the parents. And if they don't want to teach it to their child, let them be responsible for that. Let the children learn it on their own when they grow up. At least they'll learn the truth. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just too much. But I just hope that all the children returning back to school have a wonderful school year. I hope that all the teachers returning back to work, you know, get some type of relief. You know, I know most teachers that are teachers because that's their passion. They don't really do it for the money. But I am voting. I wish that it was some type of law that we can implement saying that you got to pay teachers a certain amount. You know, I feel like that's something that we need to kind of look into and take special attention to as these next elections and things are coming up. I know we just got out of a past an election, so I hope you guys went to vote. With probably not, you know what I'm saying? But I will hope. But real quick, because I only got a minute left and my time is up. You look like you want to say something. Okay. So I'm gonna leave you guys with the Holy Covenant Asiatic Nation. Ye are the children of one Father, provided for by his care, the breast of one mother have given you suck. Let the bonds of affection therefore unite thee with our brothers, that peace and happiness may dwell in our Father's house. And when you separate in the world, remember the relation that binds you to love and unity, and prefer not a stranger before thy own blood. If our brothers in adversity, assist him. If our sisters in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy Father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all, and your love to each other. Peace. Okay.